You disappointed me, and I didn't even have high hopes for you. Damn. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy X here, and I'm back with another video. Welcome to another review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Ghostwire Tokyo. I just finished the game, and I got a lot to say about it and stuff because right off the bat, this game is extremely underwhelming, and that's coming from somebody that wasn't even hyped about this game and stuff. And I said it before, I said it again, I'd rather have taken an Evil Within 3 than this and stuff. But of course and stuff, I'm going to explain everything in my review, go over every detail and stuff like that, and it will pretty much be spoiler free. So if you want to experience the story, which do at your own risks and stuff like that and stuff, you can go ahead and stuff, so you don't worry about that and stuff. But of course in my reviews, I like to dive into it and see what I like and what I don't like, stuff like that. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, make sure you out the channel so much. This is my review of Ghostwire Tokyo. Alright, starting off with the story real quick. The gameplay that you see in the background is my own and stuff. I was able to capture some on the PS5 because of course you can screen capture and stuff like that, which comes in clutch. Thank you, PlayStation. So just a FYI. Alright, so story. Shit. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it blunt. The story in this game is ass. It's not even bad. It is trash and stuff. It lacks any depth. The characters literally are like paper walls and have no motivation. They make you care about your main character and what's going on with him without even really building nothing up. But before I go into in rant mode, here's what the plot of the story is. So you're in Tokyo, right? And it's this, Tokyo is basically under attack. It's this mysterious fog that's making everybody vanish from Tokyo, and in their place are these spirits and creatures that roam around in the street. Now you play as this character named, I think, Akko. I can't even say his name, stuff like that. And you're pretty much dead. And this spirit named KK possesses you and stuff like that because trying to sack revenge against the man in the mask, which is the antagonist and stuff like that. And your job is to basically save the day, wipe the city clean, stuff like that, fight monsters, clear the fog and stuff, and save Tokyo, and to find your missing sister. That is the plot, and that's all you get. It's basically just to KK wants to fight that man and kill who they're responsible for the fog and the damage, and your character wants to just to find his sister. So at the start and stuff, they're both uneasy and they don't trust each other because KK wants to take over his body and stuff like that. But then when the story progresses, stuff like that, they learn, to understand one another and stuff like that and their goals. Great. That's the plot. And that's it. It falls apart so quickly. So quickly. And the characters, and coming from the Evil Within series and stuff like that, which I love and stuff, it just falls so apart so quickly. It's so bad. The voice acting and the lip syncing issues. Oh my god! Like, I know this game is it should be experienced in Japanese, but I don't want to read subtitles, so I put it on the English dub version. It just doesn't hit and stuff. It just but I like the back and forth between KK and your character, but at times it's so cringy. It's just like, what is going on? What is going on and stuff like that? And they rush through the story. At first off, they don't even develop her character, his sister, the one that you're supposed to care about. Only a couple flashback scenes, but it's not really, so she's not really in the game, so you don't really care about her, what happens to her and stuff like that. There's no backstory. She's not in the game, stuff like that. She's just in his memories and thoughts and stuff like that. As far as the main antagonist goes, what happened to him? Paper, he's barely in the game. The only thing that he does is just talk to you either from a distance, read your mind, or you have a brief, a confrontation with him here and there. Is no substance. There's no depth in his motivations of why he's doing it. The only why he's doing it is to basically, make the living world and the underworld and spirit world collide together, be as one. But it just lacks in that, and I found myself just skipping cutscenes, skipping dialogue and stuff, which I never do, but it's so bad to the point where I was just like, my god, this right here is not good and stuff. Like, so the story is completely terrible, stuff like that. And okay, and next I want to talk about is the side missions. Now I was seeing reviews and stuff like that. Normally I don't watch reviews and stuff like that because because I had to get my own takes. People were saying the side missions were good, were the highlight of the game. What are you talking about and stuff? I don't know what yes. Now I'm going to keep it real. Some of the side missions were fun. Some of them were fun. Not all. Some of them were fun. They have no interest in locations and stuff like that I take you to. And if you're into Japanese folklore and stuff like that and stuff, they do have some creatures which I wasn't familiar with that, so I didn't know what they were. But most of the side missions are so damn repetitive that you just, all you basically do is helping out spirits, lost spirits. Oh, find my son, find my wife, find this for me, oh, protect me, or you do this for me and stuff like that. Just running back and forth. It's basically like fetch quests and stuff like that. And it is an open world game, so there's going to be, but oh my god, after like the 5th side mission and stuff, I was like, what is this and stuff? Like this is so bad and stuff. It does not make any sense. That's not making sense. Now I get them cool and stuff like that. Some of them were cool, like, oh my god, okay, so this is a cool location. Oh my god, no, this is cool. But most of them are just like, go here, collect this, kill that. Can you find this set? Can you find this for me? Like at one point there was, I know that I don't want to get into sport, but at one point there was a side quest where you had to help a spirit find toilet paper. You had to have a spirit find toilet paper. I was just laughing. It was so bad and stuff. And this is why I said I appreciate what they was trying to do about the element, but they did it in the wrong way and stuff. And the story lackluster, no depth, just terrible. And the side missions, some good, but most of them are repetitive and the same type of shit. and stuff. And you know that really it like after like 3-4 hours, I was like, oh, so this is what the game is about and stuff like that. Terrible. But okay, so the story, terrible. No points on that end, and then side missions could be way better and stuff like that. But some are good, but most of them are repetitive and they're bad, and it's just the same old and stuff. So on that point, story, not great. The gameplay, the one thing that literally saves his gameplay for 5 hours and stuff. The gameplay. Now, of course, the gameplay is going to be the highlight of this game and stuff. If you look at this game and you say, you know what, X, I'm going to pick up Ghostwire Tokyo just because that gameplay looks sick and stuff. And it is fun. Now, I stand by what I said in my X recommends because my thoughts are still the same with that. The gameplay is fun for the first 5 hours. And then it's just rinse and repeat. It's the same old moves and stuff like that. So basically you have these powers since KK possesses you and stuff like that. So basically your powers are wind, fire, and water. And with these powers stuff like that, they act as different different abilities. So fire is like, your heavy attack and stuff like that. You get you bombs and long range, like missiles, basically. Wind is like your standard, like, assault rifle, stuff like that. You just spam it and it just goes and charge attack. The water attack is like a shotgun close quarter type attack where it just pushes enemies away and stuff like that. Cool and stuff. The one thing I didn't like is they shove it in your face so early on. They give you everything so early on. Say, here, play around. And at first I was like, oh my god, this gameplay is great, stuff like that is cool. But again, like the story, it loses itself because it has no depth to it and stuff. And real quick, I'll start off with the pros. Very flashy, very fun. And I love the hands animations. I love how he's waving his hands and stuff like that, and doing basically like Naruto's like hand signs. Just I love the animations with that and stuff. Very fun, very clear. It was very a creative thing to do and stuff. But this game, like I said in my other video, has an identity crisis, and this game doesn't know why it wants to be a first-person shooter. So my gripe is, why would you put an ammo count on powers? Why would you do that? If it's not a first-person shooter and you're using abilities and powers, why not just make them recharge? Why do an ammo count on them? Because and yes, you really never run into an issue with ammo unless you're grinding, out the side missions and stuff like that and getting skill points. But it just takes you out of the experience and stuff like that, and it just becomes like some points of the game is like first person shooters, and the other points of the game is like horror and stuff like that. It's just all over the place and stuff. So the game doesn't know where it wants to be and stuff like that. But the gameplay, love the combat is cool for the first few hours, 5 hours and stuff like that, and basically just gets stale because it's not really no depth. Skills. Now the skill trees in this game, what happened to them and stuff. So the reason why I say this, the powers loses their self, very fast is because there's no other abilities that you can use on your powers. You can't change your wind attack and stuff like that. The only thing that you can really do is upgrade the speed of your attack, the rate of fire, and how many shots you have in each attack. That's it. There's no a tornado attack for the wind. There's so many things that they could have added into this and make the skill tree. You perform different attacks throughout the game. The stronger you get, the more special attacks you can. But no, you're doing the same attacks over and over again throughout the whole game. Doesn't matter how high level you are or low level you are, you're doing the same attacks. And it's so boring. That sucks and stuff like that. They could have went in depth with these powers and stuff like that, but no, you're just spamming the same attacks throughout the whole entire game. And the skill tree just lacks in that. So of course, it's like you have skills to make you glide in the air farther. You have skills to have more shots and stuff like that, more arrows, more stuff like that. And it just sucks because it's like, damn, I wish that I could have did like a tornado attack or something. Now they do have an ultimate ability and stuff like that you can use to expose the enemy's hordes and stuff like that, and that is cool. But again, the same attacks and stuff and the same animations get old very quickly and stuff like that. So I wish that there were different versions of powers that you can use and stuff like that, and unfortunately there's not. So all right, so I want to talk about the enemy AI and variety in this game. I was a huge fan of the Evil Within series and stuff. I'm gonna keep preaching this stuff like that. And I said this in my S recommends. What happened, Tango? These enemies are so bland, and they lack any thrill or character art, or like oh my god, this thing is creepy and stuff. No. Now again, I have went to the end of the game. I have seen more and stuff, and yes, there are a few boss battles. Some are complete trash and stuff, and just so easy to beat and stuff. Like this game boss battles are so mind-numbingly easy to beat that that you don't even have to try and stuff like that. But there are some enemies that look cool and stuff like that, but most of them are just the same. Like like you have these businessmen with no face and stuff like that, which are very common, and you'll see more of these Japanese schoolgirls that have no head and stuff like that, or basically this woman with a giant pair of scissors that looked like that she was straight out of a Resident Evil 7. Not Resident Evil 7, a Resident Evil Village and stuff. And some of those enemies are cool when you first experience them, but then they just keep throwing the same enemies at you, and the enemy variety lacks and stuff like that, and loses its power and stuff like that. Not only that, you're basically fighting the same versions of the enemies, just either more thicker or more armor with powers, but it's the same enemy and stuff like that, just different colors, which that's so unfortunate because it's like they have experience with creating real monsters that literally gives you nightmares and stuff like that, and the way that they did this was just like it was half-ass and stuff like that. Now and stuff, and it's like so in the start of the game you have the simple businessman, cool, but then in the middle of the game you have ones that are bigger, either fatter or bigger and stuff like that just takes more damage. And it's the same thing with every enemy. There's different versions of them to make them hard, either a reskin color or that, and it's just reskin the same enemies that you're fighting over and over and over and over again. And that's what really kills me for stuff like that, for enemy, because I was at the end of the game, I was so bored and stuff that I was like, oh my god, can this please end? So the enemy variety and how they look and stuff, it's just, they could have done better. They could have done better and really brought it and stuff like that. And let me say, oh my god, so this is and their attacks are pretty much all weak and stuff like that. Now they do a lot of damage to you and stuff like that up close and stuff like that. So if they manage to hit you, just block and stay back. But for most of them, it's just bland and stuff. It's just bland and stuff like that. And the enemy AI and stuff, my god, and stuff like some enemies can walk past you to do an attack but not hit you and stuff like that, because all you really gotta do is just move back and block, and you're pretty much good. Or just sit in the back and just spam your wind attack over and over again to take out like a tougher balls or something. And it's just so crazy and stuff. It's just like, I'm really disappointed with this game, and I wasn't even hyped for it and stuff like that. I'm gonna probably have some comments saying, "Oh no, you know, if you're enjoying this game, that's great and stuff." But this game right here and stuff is such a step backwards from the previous work and stuff like that, and I was shocked and stuff. So, gameplay as a whole, great when it first starts, packs a punch. But then it loses its punch. It loses it for that within a couple of hours, and then it just becomes repetitive and stuff like that. No new and stuff. There's no new power abilities in the game besides the 3 that you have and the same animations and stuff. And the enemy variety just lacks in every department and stuff like that. So basically, if you hate that and stuff, this is not the game for you and stuff, unfortunately. So with that being said, gameplay, it's okay. It's okay. It starts out great at first, but then it just falls. Graphics. All right, this is where things get juicy. This game looks like a early PS4 game. I don't know why they delayed this game for so long. This game looks like an early PS4 game, bro. The textures, they're so muddy up close and stuff like that. The game doesn't really do a good job of polishing everything up. Now, of course, there are different graphics settings for this game, stuff like that. You have your quality mode, which is 4K ray tracing and 30 frames. You have a performance mode, I would just like, I think an upscale 4K and a 60 frames. The mode that I played on. And then you have, like 3 on different modes on top of that. So I think there's 6 modes and stuff like that, which we never have seen that much in the game before. So Tango, I'll give you that one on that front and stuff. There's so much graphic sense, and I think some of them are mainly for PC because there's an uncapped frame rate one and stuff. But yeah, but this game doesn't look that great and stuff. It doesn't look, even on the quality mode, it doesn't look that great and stuff. It's just it's popping and stuff. Oh my god, I gotta talk about this. The frame rate drops in this game are literally bad, and the stuttering in this game. At the moment when I started walking around, the game didn't feel like 60 frames at most of the time, and I played other games that were 60 frames. And most of the times, it doesn't feel smooth. This game doesn't feel good to play because it always stutters. There's always frame rate dips and drops and stuff. And it just takes you out of the experience and stuff. And that was really early on and stuff. And it lasted through my whole game. And I tried to restart my game. I tried to reset my PS5, and it was still there. And it's just bad and stuff. Everything about this game, besides the combat and the idea, is good, and a few, areas and stuff like that, it is good. But most of it is just lackluster, at best. Lackluster. Okay, but I gotta give them this. If I can give them kudos, I'll give them to the environment. Tokyo is amazing and stuff like that. How they be able to recreate it and stuff like that. The level of exploration and stuff was amazing to me. I thought this game was gonna be like linear and stuff like that, but no. This is an open world game, and you can explore Tokyo and stuff like that. There's different environments, different secrets for you to find and stuff. And again, my point of the side missions, some of the side missions take you to interesting areas and stuff like that. That I was like, wow, no, oh, this is cool. This is a cool area and stuff. You know, whether it's in apartment buildings or parks or 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 whatever and stuff like that. You know, there are different stuff that you can do. There are shops for you to buy things and supplies and stuff, and it's just that as a whole and stuff is great and stuff like that. You can literally jump off rooftops with no fall damage, and it's great and stuff like that. You know, you can basically really explore the city and stuff. And my only gripe is how they try to force platform sections on you, which that doesn't work. But of course, Tokyo, brownie points to you, Tango. The city does feel immersive and alive. Well, before Land by Advantage and stuff like that. But you really feel the Japan culture and stuff in it. So so on that front, I'll give you that. But graphic as a whole, bad. It does not look great and stuff, and it runs rough, very rough. So on that front, yeah, thumbs down right there. And the last category, things I do not like. Now, I know I have ranted a lot in this review and stuff from the very beginning, but I just have to keep it real, my experience and stuff like that. Like I said, I play these games thoroughly. I pay attention to everything, and while I'm playing, I'm putting down notes and stuff like that. So basically, the first thing that I don't like is the sections without KK. I get what they were trying to do. I get it. Make you use your instincts, stuff like that. But all you really have is the bow. And I hate those sections when you get separated from him, because at first, I want to use the powers and stuff, even though I just said that they were not great and they get stale. But when you take the powers away, it gets even worse, because now you don't have powers and you're going up against these spirits called visions and stuff like that. The enemies in the game, and you're basically fucked, because if one of them hits you, that's it. Stuff like that. Now you can block, but all you have is this bow and arrow. Now, yes, it does do damage, but it just slows the pacing down of the games to a crawl. Whereas like some things, some levels, you have to sneak through entire levels or sections just to escape, and it's like just let me keep the powers. Just let me keep the powers and just blow shit up and stuff. But no, so they said no. Just crouch and crawl and stuff throughout this level and stuff. And I do not like that. And now some enemies can separate you and KK and stuff like that. And again, I just don't like that and stuff like that. Like, I get it. I see what they're trying to do, stuff like that. It's to some people it's a cool feature, but to me it was just annoying and stuff like that. When I was already bored of the game so far, and those sections just really took me out of it even more. Having to crouch and to hide and stuff. I think one boss battle in the game literally just has you by yourself, just crouching and hiding. The whole boss battle, one of the most trash boss battles I have ever seen, and that literally just took me out. So I do not like those sections without KK. I think that it just slows down the pacing to an already dull game. And the last thing I gotta say, what I don't like is the lack of horror elements. Now again, there are some horror elements into this game. They have these things called I don't know, they're like anomalies and stuff like that, where you go into this location and it changes and stuff like that. Those things are cool. Those are very cool to look at, stuff like that. Very trippy, very mess with your eyes. Those are like evil within elements right there, and stuff like little glimpses of evil within. And I like those, but they're very far in between that. It's just like you have to get through a whole bunch of bullshit just to experience one of them and stuff like that. And once you do, there are experiences. So whether if you go into a hospital and you see like the room's changing or the room flips upside down stuff, those are the best parts of the game and stuff, hands down. But it's a shame that it's so far in between. But again, this game lacks horror elements, which their studio is known for. What happened? Again, this game is trying to be so many different things. It's trying to be an RPG, which it has character skins. It's a first-person game. Why are there character skins in this when you don't see your character except for the menu? So it's trying to be an RPG. It's trying to be a first-person shooter. It's trying to be an active adventure game. It's trying to be an open world game. It's trying to be so many different things that it loses itself. And at times it doesn't know what it wants to be. So again, it lacks those horror elements and stuff that that I miss from that game. But of course, now we're at the end of the review and stuff like that. And what all that being said, I said my goods, I said my bad, stuff like that. What tier do I recommend this game as? I'm giving this game a okay tier. The first game I had to give an okay tier to is Ghostwire Tokyo. This game right here is just, it's not great. It's a step behind from their previous work and stuff. And I said I'd rather have taken an Evil Within 3 than this. Again, I give them kudos and stuff like that. They were trying something new and stuff like that. But of course and stuff, if you enjoy it, that's great and stuff. Great for you if you're loving the game. But this game's not gonna be for everybody and stuff, and it definitely wasn't for me and stuff. So of course, I'm gonna give it an okay tier and stuff like that. I recommend getting it when it goes on sale, probably like a cheap sale, then pick it up, or if it's dry and stuff like that. But of course, if you're picking up for a gripping story and gripping gameplay, this ain't it and stuff like that. It's definitely not what the trailers made us believe. So so if you guys did enjoy today's review and stuff, I make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, make sure you like the channel so much. Stay tuned for my uploads and my S recommends and stuff coming from Tarantino's Wonderland and stuff like that. Just stay tuned for that. And so stay safe, take it easy, peace.